All right, here we go. Day three. Day three, Wednesday. Two more to go after today. All right, guys, go ahead and get out your homework. All right, as always, I'm going to show you the answers. You're going to pause the video. You're going to check your answers, and then you're going to answer question number 1 on the Google Forms of how many did you get wrong. So go ahead and pause the video, check your work, and then play the video when you're ready to go. All right, hopefully you did well on that. Hey, if you had any issues, send me an email. I'll be glad to help you. So here's where we're at. We're going to do a chapter review today, no chapter test. So we'll just review. We'll review half of the questions, and then you'll have the other half for homework tonight. So if you look at the bottom of the Google Forms, you'll see a link to a link. Go ahead, it says homework. Go ahead and click that link. If you want to print the form out, you can. If you just want to refer back to it, back and forth between the video and that form to see what the question is, I've also, on my slide here, I've got a picture as well too. But some of you may want to print out a copy of it. That's fine. So if you want to do that, go ahead and pause the video, print out a copy, and get ready to go. All right, Tristan, hey, take off that black hoodie. Yeah, put the gray one on. It's much, much better. Yeah, that's good. All right, here we go. All right, the homework tonight, chapter review worksheet, it's going to be the evens. We're going to do the odds in class. Odds in class. All right, here we go. Remember, chapter 9 was all about volume, area, and surface area. It turns out I'm not going to give you any questions on area. All of those calculations and formulas are used in both the volume and the surface area. So we'll just do volume and surface area. Volume and surface area. First thing you need to do, though, is you need to be identify the shapes. So I'm going to have some questions on just basically the shapes. You just got to name them. So the first one, number 1, says name the figure. What is that shape? All right, here's all the shapes that we learned. We learned prisms, both rectangular and triangular. We learned pyramids, both rectangular and triangular. There's only one type of a cone, and there's only one type of a sphere. So of those, I think we can quickly eliminate the cone and the sphere. So the question is that a pyramid or is that a prism? And to remember this, remember all prisms, the sides are rectangles, and all pyramids, the sides are triangles. Now take a look at that and look at the sides. The sides are triangles, so that is a pyramid, but there's two types of pyramid, triangular and rectangular. So we look at the base. The base of this one is a triangle. In fact, there's only triangles there. So therefore, this is a triangular pyramid. If the base was a rectangle, it'd be a rectangular pyramid. Okay. You were actually supposed to name that figure, so I kind of screwed up there. That was question number 2. Question number 2. All right. So from now on, each one of these boxes, I want you to pause the video. I want you to answer the question and then come back and play the video. Whoops. All right, so here we go. Let's do it right this time. So this is box number 2. This is question number 3. So go ahead and, or I shouldn't say, yeah, this is question number 3. I just realized when I made my video, the numbers next to the shapes will refer to the numbers on the page if you print it out. However, they won't refer to the numbers on the Google form. So the Google form just goes in order. You'll understand it. It'll say name the shape in box number 2 in this case. All right, so go ahead and pause the video, name the shape in box number 2, and then come back to the video. All right, let's see. Once again, we have the option of this is either a prism, pyramid, cone, sphere. This is an easier one. I guess some people could confuse this with a pyramid. But just remember, a pyramid, all the sides of a pyramid have to be triangles. And this one is a curved surface. This one is the cone. All right, go ahead and pause the video. Answer the question for box number 3. This should be question number 4. Boy, that's kind of confusing. All right, what you guys get? This one can be confused with a pyramid, right? Remember, pyramids have sides of triangles. And look at the sides of this one. They are rectangles. Therefore, this is a prism. What kind of prism? Notice the bases, the top and bottom, right, are triangles. Remember, prisms top and bottom don't always define the shape. It's what you have 2 of. I have 2 triangles, therefore this is triangular prism. Boy, we're getting through these questions pretty quickly. All right, box number 4. Go ahead and answer. This should be question number 5 on the Google form. So pause the video, and this time I don't want you to name the shape, although that is part of how to answer the question. But I want you to calculate the volume to the nearest tenth. Volume to the nearest tenth. So you have to look at your resource card, figure out the formula, and then do the calculations. All right, how'd you do? All right, so this is a triangular pyramid, So the formula for volume of a triangular pyramid, this is the ugliest one of them, well, it's 1/6. And the reason why this one isn't 1/3 or 1/2, right? Because it's a triangular pyramid. So the base is a triangle, not a rectangle. If this is a rectangle, it would be 1/3. But this is a triangular pyramid, so this is the one that's 1/6. Remember, this is the one that we had 1/2 times 1/3. We just reduced that to 1/6. So we need to take 1/6 and multiply that by the base of the triangle, that's what the B sub t means, times the height of the triangle, times the height of the prism. Pyramid, sorry, I said prism, I meant pyramid. All right, let's plug in those numbers. Let's see, the base of the triangle, we look for the little tiny red square. The little tiny red square, well, there's 2 of them. One is the height, and the other one is the base, attaches to the base and the height of the triangle. So it looks like the base of the triangle is 4, and the height of the triangle is 3. See where those numbers touch the little red square. And then the height of the pyramid, that's the middle square, that one is 6. Let's see, 4 times 3 times 6 is 72, and 72 divided by 6 is 12, so 12 cubic meters. All right, just as a motivation thing, just as a reminder, hey, you guys need to be doing this work. So this is not watch the video, listen to the video, play PlayStation while this is going on. This is, I need you guys to actually do the work. So be good students, and let's get this work done. Moving on. All right, so this is box number 5. So this is question number 6 on the Google Forms. Go ahead and calculate the volume of this shape to the nearest tenth. Okay, so you should have paused the video, done the calculation. If not, do so now. Come back for the answer. This one is a rectangular pyramid. Notice the sides are triangles. They're not rectangles, so it's not a prism, it's a pyramid. So the formula for a rectangular pyramid, remember that was the one where we took the 3 pyramids and it made a cube. Volume of cube is length times width times height. So there's 3 of them that make this, so 1/3 would be 1. So 1/3 length times width times height. Okay, so all we need is the length, the width, and the height. The height's easy. It's that little red dotted line. The length and the width are 5 and 9. So this is 5 times 9 times 11, which is 495. Divide that by 3. We get to our final answer, 165 cubic meters. How are we doing? Feeling confident? The key to all this is identify the shape, make sure you know what the formula is, and then it's just plug the numbers into your calculator, away you go. Remember to not screw up the units. Moving on. All right, this is box number 6, so this is question number 7 on the Google Forms. Go ahead and pause the video, do the calculation, and then come back. How'd you do? All right, well, let's see. So, first off, the name of the shape. The shape is a cone. The formula is 1/3 pi r squared h, where r is the radius and h is the height. So this one is a little tricky because I didn't give you the radius. What did I give you? Yeah, that's right. I gave you the diameter. So the diameter, the relationship between a diameter and radius is 2 radii make 1 diameter, or a diameter is half of a radius. So the radius would be half of 12, so therefore it would be 6. And the height, well, from the base to the vertex is 12 as well too. So there's our numbers plug in. Notice I got to take away the equal sign whenever I use pi and change pi from a symbol to a number because I'm rounding, 3.14. If you're using the pi key on your calculator, you'll get a number that's slightly larger than what I will get, but you'll be close. All right, so let's see. 3.14 times 6 squared times 12 would be 495, and 495 divided by 3 is 452.2, and it would be miles, so cubic miles. We okay? All right, moving on. All right. We'll see. What do we got here? We got a box. This would be on the Google Forms. This will be question number 8. So this is box number 7, question number 8. Pun intended. All right. Let's see. The formula for volume of what is this? A box. We call that a rectangular prism. All the sides are rectangles, and the bases are rectangles as well, too. Remember, this is the one where the base can be any one of the 6 sides. Okay. I typically choose the top and the bottom, but you can choose any side that you want. So the length and the width of the top are 11 and 4, and the distance between the top and the bottom, that would be the distance between the bases. That's the definition of height of a prism. That would be 4 as well, too. Hey, remember when I'm doing these videos, right? Even though, if I don't have you physically here in class, so therefore it's just me talking. I probably will talk a little bit too fast, so go ahead and feel free to pause the video, rewind it at any time, and make sure the words just aren't getting jumbled into your head and they make sense. Okay, try to stay one step ahead of me too of what's my next step, even if you have to pause the video a bunch of times and think about it. All right, grab your calculators. Let's do that calculation. 11 times 4 times 4 is 176 cubic miles. Hopefully you got that one before I did. Remember, the goal here is for you to pause the video, get to the answer, and then you're checking the answer and seeing my work and make sure my work matches your work. If we were taking a test, remember the 3 things I needed you to do were list the formula that tells me you know what the shape is, plug in the numbers correctly, and then do the calculation and make sure the units are correct. All right, Isaiah, you awake? Okay, here we go. Next one. Box 8. This will be question number 9 on the Google form. So go ahead and pause the video, do the calculation, and then come back for the answer. All right, here we go. Let's see, what's the shape? Clearly the shape is a cylinder. The formula for volume of a cylinder is pi r squared h. All right, so all I need is the radius here. Clearly, I don't have the radius, I have the diameter. A radius is half of a diameter, so the radius is 7. And the height, the distance between the 2 circles or the bases is 5. So I plug in those numbers. I left the equal sign there. I meant to erase that. Remember, whenever you convert the symbol pi to 3.14, you need to put the approximation symbol, not the equal symbol. All right, so let's see. 3.14 times 7 squared times 5 is 769.3 cubic miles. Yeah, I like cylinders. They're easy ones. Cylinders and rectangular prisms, or pyramids. No, prisms. Those are the easiest ones. All right, how about we do one more? Actually, I think there's 2 more. Yeah, because we haven't done a sphere yet. So there's 2 more of the volumes, and we'll get the surface area. Okay, so let's see, what do we got here? So this is the one where occasionally I'll have students call this a pyramid. Look at the sides of it. You're like, well, I see a triangle. How many triangles do you see here? Yeah, there's only 2 triangles, but there's 3 rectangles. Remember, if you see 2 of something, that's a prism. If you see 1 of something, that's probably going to be a cone or a pyramid. All right, so the sides of this one are rectangles. So this is a triangular prism. And this one, the formula is volume is equal to 1/2 the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle times the height of the prism. The height of the prism is the distance between the 2, in this case, triangles, because the triangles are the bases. All right. Second time, just make sure if I'm talking too fast, pause the video, rewind it, play it again. All right, let's plug in our numbers. So we'll look at one of the triangles, find the little red square, give me the base and the height of that triangle. Yeah, that would be 8 and 6. And the distance between the 2 triangles is also 8. Okay. I know what some of you are thinking. Hey, how in the world could that distance be 8? Look at how small that piece is compared to the rest. Yeah, visually this one's a little messed up, isn't it? All right, let's do the calculations. 8 times 8 times 6 is 384. And 384, that should be divided by 2, not by divided by 6. Divided by 2, the answer is correct. That 6 was not correct there on the dividing by 6. So the answer is 192 cubic meters. It's amazing how you can catch your mistakes afterwards, but you never catch your mistakes when you're doing it. Okay, how are we feeling? All right, one more volume. All right, so here's our sphere, right? Go ahead and pause the video and do the calculation. Okay, so let's do the calculation here. So anybody remember the formula? Hopefully, because you're back here to check your answer. So the formula for sphere was 4/3 pi r cubed, 4/3 pi r cubed. So this is a messy calculation, especially if you have to do it by hand. With a calculator, it's no big deal. Just remember, the radius is not squared, this is cubed. It's the only one where something is cubed for our formulas. All the rest of them, the formulas, we have squares involved. All right, so let's see. The radius here is 5.7. Notice I changed my equal sign to approximate sign because I plugged in pi as 3.14. I grabbed my calculators. I just multiply everything on the top there. So 4 times 3.14 times 5.7 cubed. Remember, for the cubed, you're going to have to use your caret key if you have a scientific calculator. If not, you're going to have to do 5.7 times 5.7 times 5.7. Okay? That answer would be a big ugly number right there. Divide that number by 3, and we get to our final answer, which is 775.3 cubic feet. All right, we are done with the volume. Most people like volume. All right, no, not too many people like to do surface area, but yeah, we got to do the calculations for surface area. They are next. All right, so this is box number 11. This would be question number 12 on the Google Forms. Go ahead and calculate the surface area of this shape right here. Pause the video and then come back. Okay, so let's see. This is a rectangular prism. Notice all the sides are rectangles. In fact, all the sides are rectangles, not just the side. So rectangular prism. Let's see. The formula for surface area is the perimeter of one of the bases times the height of the prism plus 2 times the length and the width of that base. All right. So the hardest one is to calculate the perimeter. So you got to pick one of the sides. I always pick the top just to stay, for rectangular prisms. I always pick the top and do the perimeter. Well, it looks like the top is a square. Look at it. It says 9 and 9. That would make it a square. So the perimeter would be 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9 all the way around the square. So 9 times 4 is 36. The distance between the top and bottom is 12. So that would be the height of the prism. And then I need the length and the width of the base. Well, that's 9 and 9 again. So there's all the numbers. Once again, the perimeter would be, I always use the top as the base. It's just, that's how I roll. Let's see, 9, 9, 9, and 9 would be all the way around the top. 4 nines would make 36. The height of the prism would be the distance between the top and the bottom, that's 12, plus 2 times the length and the width of the top, and the top is 9 and 9. So there's where those numbers come from. Type all those into your calculators exactly. Now, if you have a scientific calculator, you can do this. If not, you need to do each one of those calculations separately. 36 times 12, and then 2 times 9 times 9, and then add the two answers together. With a scientific or a graphing calculator, you can type those numbers in exactly the way they appear. Remember, scientific calculators can do PEMDAS. Regular cheap calculators will not do order of operations. Okay, long story short, the answer is 594. Notice it's not volume, so we don't have cubic inches. We have square inches. Volume or area is always in square units. Okay. Box 12, this would be question number 13 on the Google Forms. Question number 13 on the Google Forms. Go ahead and pause the video and calculate the surface area. Okay, so the shape's a cylinder. The surface area is 2 pi rh plus 2 pi r squared. For some reason, this formula sticks in my head pretty well. Some of the other ones, I always have to think about it, especially for surface area. But for cylinder surface area, I don't know, maybe because it kind of, I don't know, it kind of flows. 2 pi rh plus 2 pi r squared. All right, so it looks like we just need the radius and the height. Well, there's only two numbers there, so this one's not too hard to confuse yourself. I could give you the diameter. Just remember, you'd have to cut the diameter in half. Let's see, 2 pi rh, so the radius is 5, the height is 9. Don't forget that the radius is squared on that second part of the calculation. All right. If you have a dumb calculator that doesn't do order of operations, you need to do 2 times 3.14 times 5 times 9. Write that answer down. And then plus 2 times 3.14 times 5 times 5, or 25. With a graphing calculator, scientific calculator, type that in exactly the way it appears, and it will give you the final answer, which is 439.6 square miles. Meters. That's M is meters. MI would be miles. Cool? All right. Two left. All right, this is box 13, so question number 14 on the Google Forms. All right, calculate the surface area, put it on pause, come back for the answer. Okay, here we go. Let's see. It is a sphere, and the formula for surface area is 4 pi r squared. 4 pi r squared. So all we need is a radius, and guess what? They give us the radius. Notice I put the approximation symbol because as soon as you change pi from a symbol to 3.14, you are rounding. So 4 times 3.14 times 12 squared, or 144, gives us the final answer, which is 1,808.6 square kilometers. One to go. All right, last question. Last question on the Google Forms. Go ahead and pause the video and do this one, please. Okay, so it's the same as the previous one. It is a sphere. It's still 4 pi r squared. I need the radius. In this case, I'm given the, yeah, that's right, I'm given the diameter. Okay, so therefore, it's just 4 times 3.14 times 10 squared. Okay, type that into your calculator. With a dumb calculator, 10 times 10 is 100. So 4 times 3.14 times 100. Final answer, 1,256 square feet. That was a lot of work today. Thank you for your patience. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to finish the worksheet. So we just did all the odds. Your job is now for homework. I don't know. Some people may be thinking that all the homework needs to be done by 8:30 at night. That's not true. I just simply need it done by tomorrow this time. So most people will be done, obviously, by 8:30 at night. But I don't truly need it done by 8:30. I just need it done by the time that you watch the next video. So, guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me a question via email. Have a great day, stay healthy, and I will see you guys tomorrow.